In this video, I'm going to cover every single update that we have ever made a video on, plus a few more up to the current version of the game, the global version of course, not making that mistake again. And I will have nitro codes hidden in this video. So, let's get started with update 13.7. So this came in at quite a surprise. Most people probably expected 13.7 to be a relatively small update, like 13.6 has been, but instead, we got plenty of new and exciting stuff to share, including a long-awaited true form, threatening enemies and stages, amazing talent upgrades, and an end to the UL saga. Let's start with probably the most awaited addition, ED's new true form, obtainable from a brand new stage event to finish the 4-star UL saga. The true form requires 3 yellow gems and 5 epic stones, making it quite pricey, but it is quite powerful, gaining more HP, changing the massive damage ability to insane damage, and gaining Sage Slayer. This means a level 30 ED will deal a ludicrous 357,000 damage against relic sage enemies, as well as 71k 400 damage against normal sages. ED sadly has no debuffs she can use against sages, but this will still worthwhile true form to get, especially since we seem to be heading into an era full of sages in Zero Legends and endgame in general. ED's relic and sage targeting will allow her to trivialize the other new UL stage featuring a brand new legend. Here are some details about it. His name in the Japanese version is Dr. Nova, but note that his name might be different in the English global version. As you can see here, it has 5 million health, 100k damage per hit, and is guaranteed to slow units for nearly 7 seconds, and cares for over 30. This gives it way above 100% uptime in both abilities. There is one being flaw about it though, and it's long distance. It has 350 standing range and an LD spanning 250 to 650 range, giving it a big blind spot that is able to be exploited in its debut stage. If you use ED's true form and can get it inside the blind spot, ED will delete it quickly and give you an easy win. With these 2 stages mentioned, the UL saga is now over. No more suffering for endgame players. Here are the details about the unit. As you can see at level 50, it has 164k health, 4.8k DPS, 350 standing range, with an LD from 250 to 550 range, Sage Slayer, Curse Immunity, guaranteed chance to slow all traits for around 3 seconds, with a 30% chance to curse traded for 4 seconds. From the looks of it, this legend seems quite similar to Mitama the Oracle. With its LD guaranteed slow against traded, it has quite a standard cooldown with 164k health and 4 knockbacks. Its survivability is good too. Due to having Sage there, it will probably become a good option at CCing stages, aka crowd controlling, due to it affecting all non-traitless enemies, and stat boosts would help it quite a bit too. It lacks immunities though, which may be a bit of a problem seeing what the future of the game holds. Speaking of the future, a brand new ability was added, which is quite similar to Surge and Wave, Explosion. Here's the ability's icon. Explosion deals an extra set of damage within a certain area on the field, being quite similar to Surge. There is not too much to say about this one, but do note there will be Explosion immune cats much like Surge and Wave immune, but they will likely be quite rare at first. This suggests PONOS will keep on adding new abilities like this to control the sheer amount of power creep the game has. Moving on, let's discuss the next incoming true forms. Delivery Cat is a remake of Flower, Cooldown and Bomber Cat that deals massive damage against angels. This unit is quite an old one and is pretty irrelevant nowadays. Therefore, his true form gave him 80% more HP, 210% more damage, a small speed boost, 20 extra range, and a 50% chance to curse angels for 3 seconds, as well as curse immune. This unit can be acquired from a brand new awakening stage, Delivery Awakens. Count Yukimura is a remake of Sanada Yukimura, who is a seasonal cat obtainable from the Halloween gacha. His true form is on the cheaper side, at 3 blue and purple fruits, 6 green fruit and 3 epic fruit. His true form gives him a 15% buff to his attack, 100% chance of survival, and boosts his speed to 80, making him the 2nd fastest cat in the entire game, just 5 speed shy of Blue Train Cat. Hattori Hanzo is another Uber, from the Vajira War Gods banner, who was added in version 11.3. His true form gives him an 11% buff to HP, 17% buff to attack, and increases his freeze time to 2 seconds without fruit treasures. His true form costs 6 green fruit and 4 epic fruit, also being pretty cheap. The final true form added is to a collab unit, Nono. Nono is a Merc Storia mid-shield who resists black, with great bulk against blacks. Since Merc Storia seems to be coming back soon for the Japanese version, we got a true form of her, giving her a cost reduction from 315 to 285, a speed boost from 11 to 14, and curse immunity. These are pretty nice improvements, especially curse immunity on mixed black/relic stages. The true form is incredibly cheap, costing only 2 purple fruit, 1 blue fruit, and 1 green fruit. As per usual, we also got an ultra form this update. This time, Iwasagi Kenshin got one. The ultra form gives Kenshin a 40 range increase, a 12% buff to her HP, and a guaranteed level 4 miniwave, which will allow her knockback to hit most if not all of the field. Her ultra form costs 1 yellow gem, 3 blue stone, 5 purple stone, and 3 purple fruit. Next up, here are the units who got their talents and ultra talents. Gravaldone, relic targeting, curse immunity, knockback immunity, amazingly good talents that are going to increase its value as a unit by a lot. Balaluga, a 50% chance to survive, weaken duration up, wave, surge resist, HP up. Thank God we didn't get damage up. These talents would hopefully give him a better time in most endgame stages, but it is quite costly. Mystica, 100% survivor, weaken duration up, cost down, HP up, damage up. Note, this is a Merc Storia unit. There is a new variant of Sodom, Pumpkin Sodom. It has resist plus knockback against metal, as well as the metal killer ability, and wave immune to counter coronium. At level 50 it has over 174k health, meaning he has more than 800k effective health against metals, as well as its metal killer dealing 33% of the target's current HP. Next up we get a new exclusive super rare gacha unit from the Halloween event. It has 58k health at level 50, with pitiful DPS, but that does not matter since its role is being a mini tank, as he is resistant to both floating and black, is immune to knockback, and has 110 stunning range. Sadly, black is a tough trait to try and tank, and his anti-floating niche gets outclassed by Octo, who also has Weaken on top of its great stats. The final new unit we have is yet another Merc Storia Uber. At level 50 she has 54k health and 24k damage per hit, with 4.1k DPS, and is strong against Alien and Aku, and has Strengthen after getting knocked back twice, giving her a great 12k DPS against Aku and 14k DPS against Alien, with max treasures and Strengthen. And that covers 320 to 720 range. She also has surge immunity and a 24% chance to break both barriers and shields, meaning she can be a good choice against Aku's. Unfortunately, her blind spot is huge, so make sure you defend her well. This update added 3 enemies: the Edis you fight in Edis True Form stage, the Legend you find in the last stage of 4-star UL, and the Zombie Sage variant of our roast, named Zeos by the community, since at this point it has no English name. Zeos has 1.6 million HP, 23k damage per hit, a 20% chance to inflict a toxic, removing 20% of a unit's max HP, and infinite revives with 50% of max health. This guy is a sage, meaning most forms of CC are ineffective against him, and considering his crazy high 14k DPS and poison, even Shigong struggles against him. Maybe it's time to give him and Karai talents, huh? Your best bet is to get as many anti-zombies in your lineup when you see one, as he's one of, if not the most threatening stage enemies in the entire game. The nearly universally great anti-zombies like Cadaver Burr don't even work against him because he's got 300 range. Hopefully Dr. Nova can do something against him, but due to it only outranging him by 50, chances are pretty slim. These are all of the major additions in 13.7. Now let's move on to the next update, 14.0. Yes, you heard me right, 14.0. The previous update was 13.7, so it seems like PONOS decided to skip 3 entire major updates. I wonder if this means something in the long run. Without further ado, let's begin, since we have a lot to cover with this one. Let's start with the biggest and most exciting addition of this update, the dojo tutorial. Up until now, the Battle Cats never really had a proper tutorial stage, besides the one time EOC Korea showed you how to deploy units, fire the cat cannon, and upgrade your worker cat. The game instead opted for stages that teach you certain fundamentals. Crazed Cat teaches you how to stack heavy units such as Bahamut. Manic Tank teaches you how to cycle your ranged attackers and keep one on the field at all times. Realm of Carnage teaches you how to time your awakened Bahamut to deal with Aorost, and Learn to Love teaches you the importance of rushing stages. Of course there are more examples than that, but by now you probably get the point. The dojo now has a new section that expands on this idea, offering plenty of stages, some of which are playable for literally everyone in the game. It is supposed to serve as a sort of progress check, with the stages going from 1-star EOC difficulty to 12-star CL endgame difficulty. Some of the earlier stages actually have preset lineups that teach you more fundamentals, which is insanely cool, and the rewards are crazy. By completing all of the dojo stages, you get 85 cat tickets, 12 rare tickets, 2 platinum tickets, 1 legend ticket, and 30 dark cat's eyes. Even though these are one-time rewards, the amount of things you're getting is ludicrous. The eyes especially change so many things, with them allowing much easier access to ultra talents and ultra forms, considering other sources of dark eyes are very time-gated. Having 30 just available like that at any given time is a godsend for many players. But let's go more in depth on the reward side. But before we do, note this is not a guide, but they're a showcase of everything the dojo has to offer. Don't try to copy my lineup since the cats are extremely boosted and Ubers will be used later on. Grab some popcorn and enjoy the show. The 1-star pack teaches you the importance of traits, with the stages featuring red enemies in them. It is beatable by just about everyone who has unlocked the dojo, which is unlocked upon completing EOC Chapter 1, and rewards you with 50k XP, 3 leaderships, and 10 cat tickets. The 2-star pack teaches you how to deal with ranged enemies, making you face enemies such as Teacher Bear and LeBoyne. Much like the last pack, it is also beatable by everyone who has managed to unlock the dojo, and it rewards you with 100k XP, 3 more leaderships, and 2 rare tickets. The 3-star pack introduces the metal trait and critical hits, which is quite surprising considering this pack is arguably easier than the 2-star pack. Perhaps PONOS wants to show off more of their game early on, since most players don't even make it to Chapter 1 Moon, surprisingly. The 4-star pack introduces zombie enemies, likely because by this point players have cleared EOC 1 Moon and have tried a zombie outbreak or two. First stage gives you Wushu Cat as a mid shield, making it also introduce the resist ability as well as the zombie kill ability. The rewards for this pack are 3 leaderships and 150k XP. The 5-star pack introduces the concept of money management. In the first stage, you have a timer-based boss who is a pretty strong shy boy, and you only have mid shields and Gross Cat to support a Valkyrie Cat. This stage plays a strong role in teaching you how to mid shield and support your ranged units while being under pressure, and you are somewhat likely to beat it before EOC 3 Moon, so that is a sort of precursor to that. The second and first stages are already harder than Empire of Cats and go into early SOL territory, but you are allowed to bring your own units to the second stage and a Bahamut in the third, so keep that in mind. The third stage also has an Uber in your preset lineup, which is also pretty cool and an unexpected move from PONOS. The rewards here are great, with 1 platinum ticket and 6 leaderships. The 6-star pack introduces the concept of crowd control, and is also a nice entryway into the world of Cyclones. You are given mid shields and some non-true formed anti-floatings and anti-reds, some with massive damage, and some of their ability is slow. You're up against a red Cyclone, so you have to use all of your slots effectively. The second stage features a Bun and some alien enemies, so some Into the Future progress will start being needed from now on. The rewards are pretty standard, with another 20 cat tickets and 3 leaderships. The 7-star pack is quite similar to the 4-star pack, with it containing more zombie enemies and borrowing being a big part of the stage design. You have to bait the zombies using mid shields to make them borrow, and then kill them with the anti-zombies given to you in the first stage, which is quite an important thing to keep in mind, seeing as zombies are a pretty hard trade nowadays. The second stage follows a similar zombie theme, but this time with Lord Gravy and alien and zombie peons to support it. Luckily, you can bring your own units here, so this stage shouldn't be a problem. The rewards are another 3 leaderships and 5 rare tickets. The 8-star pack starts off with a stage containing lots of alien backliners. I think the point here is about stalling, since the enemies have pretty low pushing power, but seeing as you can bring your own units here, you will be fine as long as you get your Into the Future treasures covered. The second stage confirms my theory, since it requires you to stack periscats on the Shy Boy after dealing with the Caesaro, else you might get overwhelmed by the boar, seeing as you only have 1 damage dealing option and barely any CC. The last stage contains a Banban symbiote with Dark Orders and even some starred aliens to support it. Some Cats of the Cosmos progress is going to be pretty crucial for this one, but again, you can bring your own units as long as you bring proper damage and CC, you're likely gonna be fine. Luckily, you get another Platinum ticket in this pack, as well as 20 additional Cat tickets and 3 more leaderships. The 10 to 12 star packs are essentially where the tutorial part of the dojo is over, and now you get to test your abilities against plenty of special made stages. Some of them are absolutely vile, so let's get back into them. The first and only stage in the Terror Star pack is an introduction to UL, with Loris, Emos, and Oldhorn as the main threats with Angel and Black peons to support them. This stage plays like a typical early UL stage, so don't stress about it too much, as Slapsticks will help here. It drops 2 Dark Cat's Eyes. The first stage in the 11-star pack is an introduction to the Aku trait, with them being combined with the zombies, primarily Zonel, which is pretty exciting to see. The main threat of the stage is the Fallen Bear that accompanies Zonel, and takes care of her blind spot, and the peons blocking your way to hit it. Once you take care of both Fallen Bears, you're going to win. The stage drops 4 Dark Cat's Eyes. The next and last in the pack is a standard late UL early ZL stage, with a vile combination of Golem Sunfish and Elephantide, with Takis and other small black peons as well as several. This stage drops 6 Dark Cat's Eyes. Now we have made it to the 12-star pack, the hardest part of the dojo, hosting some crazy hard stages or even more Dark Cat's Eyes. The first stage has 1-1, Raging Gory, Boar Jr., Raja Kong, and Toucan. 1-1 spawns first, with a Raging Gory to support it, followed by a Boar Jr., another Raja Kong, another Raging Gory in Can. Stage drops 8 Dark Cat's Eyes. The second stage has Dabu, Squirrel, Zeal, Crocodilia Kurkrok, Cadaver Bear, and Swedepigicus. Kurkrok and Dabu spawn shortly in the battle, and it's mostly an endurance battle, with some support like Cadaver Bear and Pigicus thrown in to try and throw you off. You will win if you manage to beat these 2. The stage drops 10 Dark Cat's Eyes. The final stage, probably the most absurd of all, has Surreal, Sinner Snake, Midnight Tea, Sorrel, Okame, Rangmaster, and Aged Magma Joe. This stage is absurdly hard, with Okame knockbacking just about everything, making even Ubers like Phono completely unusable, and having a strong reliance on Magma Joe and Ragmaster to help push and destroy everything. Its reward, it's a legend ticket, which if you ask me is definitely worth it. This stage may even rival the current hard stage in the game, Heinous Road. In total, you get 30 Dark Eyes from these challenge stages and up to level 62 Ubers, as well as a legend ticket to guarantee you'll have something to use your eyes on. Overall, the rewards you get from this update, even if they're a one-time only, are absolutely incredible. Giving early EOC players this many leaderships will make treasure grinding a much smaller hassle and will likely increase the player base that actually sees what the game has to offer outside of red and traitless enemies. The grand total of 85 cat tickets will help players with good Ubers get their normals to a usable point, and the 12 rare tickets and 2 platinum tickets are incredible rewards as well. I never expected PONOS to pull something like this off, but I couldn't be more glad. Not to mention, every single stage here costs exactly 0 energy. I don't know what PONOS are thinking, but seems like we got even more power creep to the early game and now with all these rewards. While this is the biggest addition in the update, we can't sleep on other things added. Some of them are arguably more unexpected than a fully fledged Black Cats tutorial. Let's start with the new Dark Hero, who doesn't have a name yet, 774, or Special Mission Mobile Accelerator, that's his Japanese name translated. 774 has 61k HP, 3 knockbacks, a 3-bar multi-hit with each hit dealing 12,240 damage, 4,790 DPS, 12 speed, 4,200 cost, and a 124 second cooldown. He also stands at 450 range, with an LD spanning ranges 250 to 650. His first form targets metal and alien, and he has a 30% chance to knock back, slow for 4 seconds, and weaken by 50% for 4 seconds. He also has a conjure with 45.9k damage and a metal killer ability, 40% of max HP. In 774's second form, it has the same stats and targets, which is quite surprising for a dark hero, but he gets different abilities, a 25% chance to freeze for 3 seconds and metal killer. This form also has warp immunity for some reason. I don't have too much to say about this unit as of now, but with the recent metal killers we've been getting, I get the feeling PONOS is planning something with the trait. Perhaps we'll finally get a metal advent, Baron, new enemy, anything. Well, only time will tell. Let's go over the new seasonal Uber, 77. I'll call it Seasonal Kahimi from now on. The first form has worse stats than the second form, so always use the second form. Seasonal Kahimi has 81.6k HP, 2 knockbacks, 19,550 damage per hit, 3,689 DPS, 6 speed, 5k 250 damage cost. What? 5,250 cost, a 137 second cooldown, and stands at 440 range. She targets red and floating, and has a 50% chance to slow for 2.5 seconds, 25% chance to savage blow, and a level 1 surge between 150 to 750 range, which is guaranteed. This seems to be quite an interesting unit with both savage blows and a surge. While somewhat RNG based, I'm sure she'll find some place in meta, and she seems to be one of the better seasonal Ubers. Now it's time for the new forms. Cat and Goo got a new true form, increasing its HP from 40,800 to 52,700 at level 40, increasing its knockback chance from 30% to 50%, and it now strengthens at 50% HP rather than 33% HP. The form costs 3 red, 3 yellow, and 4 epic cat fruit, a solid improvement for such a cheap true form. Mighty Dreadnought got its ultra form, becoming the second Iron Legion to do so. At level 60, his HP goes from 153,600. Actually, just read the numbers. There they are. The cost for the ultra form is 2 red gems, 3 yellow stones, 5 blue stones, 5 red, and 5 purple siege, which is surprisingly cheap. With that out of the way, one of the most surprising things we got this update was the new talents. Not only did Sodom get ultra talents, we also got regular talents for Shigong and Catalite after an ungodly amount of time. And we got Papaluga talents, you heard me right. Talents for the undisputed best meme Uber in the game, Papaluga. But will they be enough to save him from the title of the worst Uber in the game? Time to find out. But before then, let's go over the other talents we got. Yuletide Nurse got Surge Immunity, Warp Blocker, and Basic Attack and Health talents. I'm not sure why, but she only got 4 talents, but Surge Immunity is always nice to have on an Uber. Catalite got talents like we predicted in the last update. Catalite got a 1% chance to break barriers, increase to 10% at max level, Curse Immunity, 50% knockback resistance, and Basic Attack and Health talents. Shigong got a 5% chance to weaken zombies for 0.3 seconds, increase to 3 seconds at max level, Warp Blocker, 50% freeze resistance, and Basic Attack and Health talents. Considering Shigong's multi-hit, Weaken is probably gonna be a great talent for him. And now it's time for Papaluga. Got a 5% chance for level 3 mini wave, 50% wave resistance, and basic attack and defense talents. Mini wave is an interesting idea, but unfortunately it is not enough to save Papaluga. At least he's always with us as a legendary meme. Sodom got 3 ultra talents, Behemoth Slayer, Sage Slayer, and Weaken Immunity. These are nice bonuses, but unfortunately They don't help with Sodom's main problems at all. Let's go over the last major addition, the new ZL chapter. The first stage has Gabriel, Zooch, Diabrolo, Brolo, Megababa, and Mr. Puffington. The second stage has Zoj, Ultra Baba, Mistress Celaboodle, Elizabeth, the something, Zumbo, and Ostrich. The third stage has Sorrel, Tarizarel, Tribunal, Emos, and Loki. The fourth stage has Lil Doge, Dogenstein, Dover PD, Saint Ober, Darktober, and Clyde1. The fifth stage has Coffin Zoj, Dr. KO, Tekken Hina, Celaboodle, and Ostrich. The sixth and final stage has Dogenstein, Diablo, Lutrinen Gokuraku, Mini Angel Cyclone, Fallen Bear, and Cruel Angel Cyclone. Now that we are finally done with the major additions, let's go over some smaller stuff. There's a new Colosseum restriction, making you only be able to summon up to 60 units in the entire stage. There's a new cat combo. Isunboshi, Little Cat, and Little Titan Cat will result in a massive damage effect up, medium. This could work somewhat well with combos such as Minisaurs if needed. The main chapters now have star difficulties of their own, probably to make it clearer for new players when they will be able to progress in Dojo. There is now an option to show recommended upgrades in the upgrade menu for players with less than 1600 user rank. It seems to be a pretty nice and accurate addition for new players in the game. Zombies with TBA now seem to burrow at the base after attacking if they haven't burrowed already. This is likely a bug that will be fixed eventually. It probably already has been fixed by the time I'm making this video. Also new user rank rewards. 14.1. We're finally done with 14.0, moving on to this update. This one came with a lot of exciting new content to dive into. From challenging stages to powerful new units, there's plenty to explore. So let's jump right in. First of all, the most exciting part. We got a new Brutal Advent. Brutal Advents are the third tier of Advent stages in the game, which are stages with special bosses you can defeat for extremely powerful cats. Update 14.1 adds a third Brutal Advent to the list, and it's a new Banban variant. We haven't gotten a new Banban variant since version 7.0, so this is really exciting stuff. I will be able to share the contents as well as the stats of the boss itself, since it already came to the global version, so please don't sue us. But before we do that, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's still watching the video. This one actually took so much work and time, and the only thing I'm asking in return is for you to show your appreciation. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and maybe even share it around with your friends or something. Regardless, let's continue talking about Super Fist Beast. He has 3.6 million health, 4 knockbacks, 48k damage, 400 standing range, which is crazy for a Banban variant, with a minus 450 to 450 Omni Strike, 11 speed and 9k DPS. He has a 20% chance to create a guaranteed explosion at 400 range, making his estimated DPS to be 19k, which is ludicrous for an enemy with his stats. His traits are Alien and Behemoth. The first Brutal Advent stage has infinite 4000% Squirrels, 200% Wild Doges, 4000% those guys and a Croco, and a 2000% Master A and Banaglios. The second Brutal Advent stage has 1200% Doge Darks, 200% Suede Pegasus, 600% Aku Doges, 100% Midnight D, Infinite Pegasus after 10,200 frames, and Banaglios. The third Brutal Advent stage has infinite 4000% those guys and BB Bunnies, 1500% Lil Banban, infinite 150% Sorrels, 4000% moves, 1800% Teacher Banban, and Banaglios. The fourth and final Brutal Advent stage has infinite 200% Wild Doges, infinite 600% Trolley Bloggers, and Devil Wives, 1 Kurokroc, 4 200% Aryans, and Banaglios. It is guaranteed to drop a brand new Advent Cat, Baller Cat. Baller Cat has identical stats in both forms, with 14k HP, 3 knockbacks, 4300 damage, 1.1k DPS with area attack, 12 speed, 305 range, and 480 cost, and a 9.2 second cooldown. It has guaranteed free slow against rateless. and Aqua enemies, with Sage Slayer and a level 3 mini-wave. It also has Curse and Surge immunity. This unit, like the other two Bull Advent Cats, seems very promising and very worth it, but we can't know for sure until we get the chance to test it ourselves. Now that we've tackled everything about the Advent, it's time to shift gears and dive into the exciting new forms added in this update. We got one new Ultra form this update, Bazibazra's Ultra form, the Great Spirit of Flame Mera Phoenix. The name likely isn't accurate because it does not have an English name yet. But now it does, of course. But this is the direct translation. Mera Phoenix gets 26% HP for a total of 68k, plus 8% attack for a total of 45,560, a 100% chance to weaken for 4 seconds, increased standing range, and a longer backswing for an overall shorter attack animation that will make him miss his targets less often, 2 blue Behemoth gems and 10 blue cat food, and also requires Bazibazra to be at least level 60. It seems to have been made to counter Banaklios, and I'm sure we'll do a good job at that. Although I don't know if this Ultra form will be worth it outside of this one Advent. We also got one new true form this update, Dalisan's true form. God Emperor Daliasan. Daliasan gets a 25% HP for a total of 66,500 level 30, increased movement speed, increased savage blow, and the true form costs 1 million XP, 3 green cat food, 3 yellow cat food, and 4 epic cat food. A great and cheap upgrade to arguably the top Dragon Emperor as of now, somewhat fixing one of his biggest problems of slugginess, giving him more survivability, and making his damage much more consistent. Now that we're done with the new forms, we now turn to the Ultra talents and talents of some greatly established units in this update. Let's start with King Gamera's Ultra talents. He gets a cost reduction, starting from 50 at level 1 to 500 level 10, down to 4,375 cost when maxed, a 50% chance to curse for around 2.66 seconds at level 1 to 5 seconds level 10, and slow immunity. Kana's regular talents. She gets a movement speed up starting from +1 speed at level 1 to +10 speed at level 10, increasing her speed to 22. A chance to survive starting at 10% for level 1 to 100% at level 10, and slow immunity. Amakusa's regular talents. He gets a 20% chance to dodge for 24 frames or 0.8 seconds at level 1, up to 2 seconds at level 10. Freeze immunity, and a cooldown reduction for 1 second at level 1 to 10 seconds at level 10, bringing his cooldown down to 127 seconds. With these talents covered, let's dive into one of the most talked about parts of this update, the newest Uberfest Uber. His first form is called Young Age Luna. Her first form is called Young Age Luna, and she has 20.4k HP with 3 knockbacks, 9,350 damage, with 2,318 DPS and an area attack, 200 standing range, with an Omni Strike ranging from -100 to 250 range, 18 speed, 975 cost, and a 10.2 second respawn. She targets reds, aliens, zombies, and relics. Her abilities are strong against a 50% chance to freeze for 1 second, zombie killer, and a 50% chance for an explosion at ranges 200 to 500. She's also immune to explosion and curse. Her second form is called Angel of Salvation Nasha, and she has 76.5k HP with 5 knockbacks, 17,820 damage with area attack, and 3,300 DPS, 16 speed, 14,500 cost, a 97.82 second cooldown, and 400 standing range with an Omni Strike ranging from -100 to 450 range. She has the same targets as her previous form and has strong against, a guaranteed freeze for 2 seconds, wave blocker, zombie killer, and a guaranteed explosion at 400 range. She has the same immunities as the first form. Overall, she seems like an extremely promising unit, especially with some crazy traits such as wave blocker and a guaranteed explosion, as well as good stats and freeze against 4 traits. Let me know what you think about her in the comments. And now, let's talk about the newest Sage event CL now has to offer, the fearsome Dr. Owl. Dr. Owl has 200k HP, 1 knockback, 42,000 damage with 8,811 DPS and area attack, 20 speed, and 360 standing range with an Omni Strike ranging from -300 to 440. His traits are floating, black, and sage, and he has a guaranteed 4 second slow, which is kind of insane considering its attack frequency of 4.77 seconds. It'll definitely be tough to counter without freezing immune units. Finally, let's explore the new ZL stages introduced in this update. ZL 17.1 has Miss Devil, Doggenstein, Dr. Owl, Bon Black, and Lava Hemoth. ZL 17.2 has Mini White Cyclone, Ursa Major, Golden Sunfish, Midnight Tea, and Winged Piggy. 17.3 has Metal One Horn, Super Metal Hippo, Dr. Owl, and Diabollo. 17.4 has Mega Baba, Devil Wife, Condemned Fang, Terrestrial, and Razorback. 17.5 has Tekinola Hina, Red Energy, and Hna. 17.6 has Doggenstein, Dr. KO, Dr. Owl, and Hanya. And that's a wrap on this massive update. From Banaclios and Borocat to Luna, Dr. Owl, and the new ZL stages, there's a lot that's been added for late game players. Let me know in the comments which part of the update you're most excited about. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you find helpful. 14.2. This one's got everything. New units, busted talents, enemies that'll ruin your sanity, and of course, another 7,500 Girocat. Because PONOS just can't help themselves. Starting off with the basics, we got ourselves a brand new ZL subchapter. That's right, the Zionel Zone of Doom expands once again, bringing in Relic/Sage Dolphina, who not only stands at an awkward 190 range, but slaps you with 100% curse from 250 to 550 range. Yep, just what we needed, another long distance relic freak. The storage menu also gets a nice quality of life upgrade. Finally, we can search for talent orbs, only took a couple years of updates. User rank awards go up to 24.5k, which means more chances to hit that leadership's classic. Festival Rare is here featuring every legend rare and guaranteed Fest Uber. On top of that, a 100 million downloads banner for brand new Uber Monaco and a brand new Luga. New Luga is a 0-speed conjurer that hits everything with 100% weaken, 250% for 200 frames. This guy literally plants a bomb of sadness and doesn't move an inch. Absolute cinema. Monaco Uber is a chaotic blend of effects. 100% slow to relic and white, 12% crits, 22% chance to create a wave, swords explosion, and savage blow. Yeah, it's like they randomized the kit and just said good enough. Second form boosts the range and power, but still feels like 5 units duct taped together. White Day Catman is here too. First form is just nerfed OG Catman for riding and floating. Second form slaps floating for Angel. Very festive, I guess. New true forms, Isenbushi. Finally hits puberty. A 50% attack boost, faster legs, and becomes freeze immune. Needs 3 yellow and 6 epic fruits. As a based Isenbushi enjoyer, I can't say I'm not excited. Misama gets floating direct added, HP and attack buffs, shoulder range, but no longer backswing, also now immune to curse. This man went from forgettable boss reject to usable. Ultra forms. Ultima Galaxy Cosmo finally becomes Ultimate. 100% level 10 wave, piercing omni-strike, HP buff, and even a cost cut. Plus, now he slays sages. Perfect for further ruining the game with power creep. Talents, indeed. Divine Kai now targets Aku, cuts curse immunity, and snags another orb slot. Awakened Bahamut goes from decent to menace, with 100% explosion, extra movement speed, and slow immunity. This game is so cooked, bro, I can't. Just put the fries in the bag. If you don't understand why that is so broken, consider watching a Bahamut video. Holy Valkyrie gets strength and 50%, HP, 3-second freeze, cost reduction, and boost to HP and attack. Pretty solid carry, if only she didn't cost so much MP. God Emperor Havijak adds strengthen, wave, and knockback immunity, 20% to both HP and attack. Finally some royal treatment. Cat combos. Kaoluga plus Crazy Dragon equals medium research boost. IAP Ball, medium worker cat, max boost. Also, newer cat, like I mentioned before, Killer Gross, costs 7,500 pounds, and that's the joke. The whole joke. He's also pretty tall. New enemy lineup. Enemy Awakened Bahamut now has 100% explosion at 300 range. Try stalling that, I dare you. Enemy Holy Valkyrie brings 75% freeze and strengthen. She's mad. Kilo Grass enemy. 700 rate knockback, no broken, just annoying. ZL18, 6 stages, lots of dolphins, too much pain. And finally, Zionel Revenge mod, Wrath of Zionel, only units costing 1500 or less. Revenge of Zionel, just Zionel's personal hit squad with Death Angel Zionel, Angelic Gory, and more. And that wraps it up. 14.3, and the last update in this video. The 14.3 update just dropped in the English version, and it's looking like a pretty typical update so far. New chapter, new mechanics, and the return of some P collabs. Let's go! Starting with the -0 additions. Zealand's back with a fresh new chapter. And while the enemies are still cooking, what really caught my eye is a game changer. There's now a energy refund event. Spend energy on stage, lose or retreat after 10 seconds, and guess what? You get your energy back. That's right. No more crying over wasted stamina when your lineup sucks. Next up, if you're playing Gauntlet stages and run off attempts, the game now gives you the option to use catamines right from the results screen. Quality of life buffs continue. And then there's the real truth. 5 new talent orbs. They've earned through some brand new stages and let you do things like drop a mini surge when you die, resist waves, get partial cost refunds on death, resist knockbacks, and a pretty nice discounted Colossal Slayer. Oh, and there's one that just buffs your stats for fighting Stories of Legend. I don't really see the points as nobody gets talent orbs early enough for us, so well, but alright. Now for some minor changes. User rank awards go up to 24,800 and lineup slots are now at a crisp 19 total. XP stages drops also got juice, which is nice if you're still starving for XP, like most of our viewers do. Now, let's talk banners. We've got Superfest featuring Dark Lunacia, who looks like she's about to drop a diss track on the whole Lugas family. The Baki collab made a return, so if you miss some bang Ubers, now your chance. And finally, we got a seasonal Galaxy Gal step up because what's more festive than spending 11k for a 0.3% chance? Onto new forms. Viga gets a true form and this one's actually spicy. Plus 30% HP, plus 33% attack, and now she has Zombie Killer. She has officially graduated from Maybe user to actually decent in Anti Legends because her attack power is actually decent now. Then there's Vigler's Ultra form. Plus 28% HP, wave level goes from 3 to 5, Sage Slayer, wave immunity, and a faster force swing to boot. Sure, his backswing's a bit longer now, but honestly, this is a solid upgrade. Maybe it'll stop being seen as the combo slate now. Let's move to talents. First of all, Ubers that didn't have a second orb slot now get one. About time. KG gets Ultra talents and goes anti-floating with his floating target. A chance to wave and freeze immunity. He's back in the rotation to kick some ass, especially against Socrates. As for Lilin, her talents are nice. She gets freeze, weaken immunity, and slow resist up to 70%. Add to that the standard HP/attack buffs, and she becomes an even better anti-Akko Uber, which is hard to believe. There's also new cat combos. Mighty Sphinx Corpse plus Cat Gang plus Biker Cat gives you resistant up medium. Pretty niche, but hey, combos are combos. And that wraps up 14.3 and this entire huge video. New orbs, new buffs, and finally some love for units that have been collecting dust. The meta won't flip overnight, but if you know how to cook, there's a lot to work with here. Now go update your games and throw your catamines at some sweet XP stages.